Down Petrol, we're up before the light, gliding on the water, feeling just right. Foiling with friends as the day unfolds, going to work like kings, calm and bold.
I finally made the first flight with a Lowkite from Gong Plus in the size of 4, and in the third session I don't have footage, but I have footage of the fourth session. The third one was really well. I had winds around 10 to 12 knots with gusts up to 15 knots, and it took like a gust that I could start flying, but flying was really easy. It was like a great session. I was super stoked and hooked that it was like without even much trying I could fly for a long time. I had the Sirus XXL with the XL stab and also the Gong Hipe Cruzader with 7 feet. So session number 4, and here you will have the footage from. It was around 12 to 15 knots, but in the beginning it was not much wind. So I took the Sirus XXL out and I did not expect much wind, and I'm 65 kilos and I have the Gong Hipe Cruzader as I mentioned. But if it's not much wind, it is really frustrating and annoying. That's I guess the downside of Parawinging. It's not so much fun in low winds. Your lines get stuck on your front foot binding, or it gets tangled around your nose of the board, or it's like somehow if you're still driving a bit longer than the Parawing is in the water, then some lines get stuck in your foot or like with the leash. And so in low wind it's not much fun, but it gets a lot of fun when there's enough wind. And I was really surprised that it works so easy. I'm a kite surfer, I can kite foil a little bit, I can wing foil, I can pump foil. And so I didn't know how much time I would take to fly on the Lowkite, but basically with the good conditions I was flying the first session. And I guess it shows that it's really easy at first. So getting up on the foil with the Lowkite is a bit more difficult with the wing, because you can't pump it that well like a normal wing. I can really pump the wing and the board synchronized, but with the Lowkite, at least right now, I'm still struggling to pump it, and I'm still struggling to fly it perfectly. Once you're flying, it's quite fun, it's very nice. I thought that upwind would be really bad from what all the people were saying with all the Lowkites or Parawings, but it was actually not too bad. It was quite good. There's still a difference with the real wing. With the real wing I can go more upwind for sure, but you can go upwind with this Parawing. Then I didn't expect the wind to be so strong. It picked up really a lot and I was overpowered, and the problem is you don't have a lot of options to depower. So I was trying to take it with both hands because it was kind of ripping my arm out. And it was really demanding when you have a lot of pressure for your arms or your shoulders. So I was taking it with 2 hands, and at some points you will see that I'm really struggling to stay on the board. So I tried to keep it a bit above my head to depower it a little bit, but I'm struggling a bit with the depower. Because in kiting you're still hooked to the harness and you can take a lot of power through your whole body. And with wing foiling you can let go with one hand of the wing, or maybe even with both hands if it's super strong, but you can take it above your head and like it's not a problem. But for Lowkite, the wind range or the wind window needs to be really precise. Not too much, but also not too low wind, because then it's also a struggle. Turning, it feels a bit easier because you have kind of some pull going downwind, but the timing is a bit more difficult. So these are my first impressions about flying. It's easy to do it, but it's only easy with the right condition. But if the wind is really gusty, probably exhausting. And on this session I stopped going at some point because the wind was so strong. It was really exhausting on the body. So I guess if you're controlling the Lowkite, the Parawing a bit better, small leash would help to take some of the power. But this is I guess the main points. I didn't really try it yet with going downwind because I still want to get the feel for the Lowkite, and I guess you need some sessions to be able to control it. You can see it, I'm not flying it perfectly, especially when the wind is gusty, it gets a bit wild, and when the wind is dropping really much. This is my impression. If you have any questions, write it in the comments, and thank you for watching. Have a great day, and may the foil and the Lowkite always be with you.